Hi, I'm Karen, an instructor at the Aromahead Institute. Thank you for watching our Aromahead YouTube channel. This blend is called a whipped immune support butter. Whipped butters are really soothing and they're so fun to make and so fun to use. This cooling whipped shea butter is skin nourishing as well as immune supportive. So when we get a bit too much sun, this body butter is your #1 go-to. This recipe can easily be a base recipe, adding any essential oils that you might need, just substituting out the ones that I have here. So our recipe today, we'll be using some cocoa butter, some coconut oil, shea butter, jojoba oil. Make sure you have your spatula ready to go. Our essential oils are Gandhi root, sweet orange, eucalyptus dives, and we have all of our bowls ready to go. For a double boiler, we use a sturdy, flat-bottomed pot, as I have back here, and this 2-cup glass measuring cup acts as my double boiler. So the glass cup is where you'll add your oils into as we melt them. I have filled this pot with water about halfway up the glass measuring cup, about up to here in my pot. Now that we have our double boiler going, the next thing we'll do is melt our cocoa butter. We do the cocoa butter first because it's the hardest butter and takes the longest to melt. So we will add 1 ounce of cocoa butter. Cocoa butter makes it really nice and creamy. So you can see I have that in there and it smells so delicious, like chocolate. I'll add this to my double boiler. And while that melts, we will do our other butters and get them all measured. So jojoba wax, we'll do 1 ounce of that or 30 mils. And then I'll just set that off to the side. Our next oil is coconut oil. And you can substitute out these oils. Just use hard for hard, soft for soft, liquid for liquid. And coconut oil, we're going to do 2 ounces. Make sure you use fresh coconut oil that hasn't been refined. Now we've got our coconut oil ready to go. We've got our jojoba oil, our coconut oil, and the last one that we'll get ready is our shea butter, but we'll be putting our shea butter in at the very last. We'll be putting in 4 ounces. There we go. We're now ready to add our ingredients to our pot. So the next one that we'll do is we'll add the coconut oil. Our cocoa butter is totally melted. So our coconut oil is almost melted, so at this point I'll go ahead and add the jojoba oil. The jojoba oil is cold, so it will solidify just for a few moments. I keep a towel handy so that I can wipe the bottom off. Then I can double it up and use it as my working mat as well. It smells amazing. It's beautiful. These are nourishing butters all on their own without even adding essential oils to your whipped butter. But of course, we love adding the essential oils for the extra benefit. All right, and at this point, we'll just start adding in our shea butter. Shea butter melts really easily. If it doesn't melt enough, we'll put it on the stove again for just a moment, but hopefully it'll be just fine. You can see it's already melting and it just takes a few minutes. You just keep stirring it as it melts. And there we go. We've got a melted shea butter into our other butters. And at this point, I have a glass bowl that I'll be transferring this oil into. My handle's still just a little bit hot. Add this over here. A few little chunks in there, but those will melt really easily. We'll put it into the freezer for about 20 minutes. You can also put it in the refrigerator for up to an hour. So we'll check this in about 15 minutes, and when it gets a little bit of a white, clear crust on the top, we know that it's ready. While we're waiting for that, our next step is to get our essential oils all ready to go into our blend. The blend of essential oils that we've selected are all really great for the immune system. So supporting the immune system is typically a long-term commitment over several weeks and even over several months. I have put in 32 drops of our sweet orange. I love the citruses. They're so great for supporting the immune system. Citruses have a component called D-limonene that is well researched for its immune boosting properties. I love putting this in my immune blends. Our next one is 25 drops of eucalyptus dives. There's a lot of different eucalyptuses that we use. This one is called a broadleaf peppermint. It's different than a eucalyptus globulus. It's a fresh, camphorous, minty aroma, and it has a chemical component called aphelandrine. And this has been researched for its immune boosting properties and for encouraging a normal microbial environment. And our third oil is 25 drops of Gandhi root. It's a deep, earthy, rooty, reminiscent of a wood smoke. This oil comes from India. And Gandhi root is unusual in that it's distilled from a root, but it has a relaxing and immune supportive property of linalool that is found in our lavender oil. Really great for pain and inflammation. It's very calming. It helps the nervous system to relax, let go of tension, and really truly rest. Our butter blend has been in the freezer for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So we'll take a check. And it's ready. And now the fun part begins. As you can see, there is some solid on the sides. So I take my spatula, make sure it all blends in. I have an immersion blender, and this part is very simple. We just blend it until we see that it is the consistency of a whipping cream or a little bit thicker than that. And as it sets, it will also get a little bit more solid. So I do a really loose whip to start with. And as I start blending it, I will add in the essential oil blend that we've already put together. Ready? If you're not used to using a blender like this, make sure you keep it underneath so you don't splatter up. Just a little tip. It's turning a solid white color, so you know that we're doing it. Scrape it down from the sides as you go along. Make sure you're getting everything in there. And we're almost done already. Look at this beautiful butter that we have. If this is a little thick and you've done it a little bit too much and you wish it was thinner, just add a little bit more jojoba in it as you're blending. And we'll put a little bit in here so you can see the consistency of this beautiful whipped butter. So you see, it didn't take me long to whip that because it was nice and cold. I got this little jar off of Amazon, and it makes a really nice container because you can easily put a tag on it and give it away as a gift. And if you want it of a more whipped consistency, you can certainly do that. But this is nice and airy and light. And it's so easy to just rub on and soothe your skin and get the immune support as you go along. If you put this in the freezer and you get called away and you're not able to get to it and you come back and it's solid, just take it out of the freezer and let it come to room temperature before you start your blending process. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.